Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Fitz, I want to share with you a very, very special day yesterday. I was very kindly invited to come to a ceremony that took place at Government House. Never been to Government House, hosted by the Honourable Margaret Beasley, the Governor of New South Wales, of course, for the ceremony to receive the OAM. Not myself, but I was a guest of the wonderful Hamish Blake. Honoured for his
Australia medal
contribution to the community, charity and also entertainment. The Honourable Hamish Blake joins us now. How are you, buddy?
Thank you. Good morning, and please be seated.
Do you have your medal on now? Like, have you woken up with your medal on?
Yes, I'm in the car just driving around to servos to see if one free chocky milk with every tank is true for OAM members. So
Well
far,
done.
no luck.
Mate, I wanted to get you on this morning to celebrate yesterday, but what surprised me was sort of the mix of proceedings. And when you arrive at Government House, you'd agree, Ham, it's extremely formal in pomp and ceremony.
I had no idea. I mean, obviously you get an invite and everything, and it's all, in hindsight, I suppose it's all very clearly laid out. I thought it was more of a morning tea. Is that a fair thing to say? I didn't realise it would be the level at which it was at.
Yeah.
Were you the only one though, Ham, or was there any others?
So yeah, good question. It's so what happens is I think what happens is like the King's birthday list comes out, and then there's also, I think maybe they do one on Australia Day as well, and then some months after that you go to this ceremony which is called the investiture, and you actually get the medal. So there was probably, I would say, about 20 or 30 people, and there are higher level medals, and there are like actual, I felt like a massive, my CV paled in comparison, with everyone else's. So absolutely felt like a massive outsider. But there are, bravery medals, and there are members of the police force getting those, and there are different levels of Order of Australia, like companion of the Order of Australia and things like that. So there are like very accomplished people getting their medals.
What I loved about it too, Fitz, is they will read out a small bio before they introduce the person and speak of their accomplishments, which was fantastic. But when I say it's formal, Fitz, it's like you're at Buckingham Palace. Like, it's military, it's brass and it's ribbons and it's flags.
Is there a sword?
Yeah.
No, it's not like you're getting knighted.
No, you're not being knighted.
There would have been one in the room though. There would have been a sword somewhere. Like it because the governor is the King's representative, so it has king vibes. It does have king vibes, and even the guy that puts the microphone down in front of the governor, he will bow and then walk away backwards, like it's obviously a protocol thing that he doesn't turn his back on the governor. So it's lovely. Like, you love to see the tradition. I just didn't. I've never been part of this side of the upper echelon. So it was fascinating.
Could you tell everybody, because I think the first man to receive the award, he was a very, very well accomplished doctor and medical scientist. He extremely high achiever. Then they got to you. Can you tell us about the way you were introduced to everybody?
Well, There was an MC, like official aide, who did an outstanding job. His name was Christian Wippa. You and I were both like, this guy.
He's great.
He's killing it. And it was so official too. I was sitting there mostly. I just had massive flashbacks to school and being like on stage at assembly and not feeling like you should be there. Because I also, Wippa and I were probably I would say we would be the only guys who didn't wear ties. I just went with a suit and an open shirt, because again, I thought it was more of a morning tea, and it was at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then you get there and people are in full military regalia and suits and stuff. So I was feeling a bit self-conscious. So the Christian, though, what a great way to break the ice. He just goes, okay, Your Excellency, like he presents every, that's not to me, that was to the governor. He presents every person. He says, Your Excellency, thank God he's here. The next person we have is Hamish Blake. I was like, good. Good gag. I didn't know we were allowed to do gags.
But then, Hamish, if you could explain when he mentioned Lego Masters, he pointed to the pulpit. Explain what he had there.
On the little lectern, he'd stuck 2 minifigures. So I was like, hang on, in the middle of all this like very high level royal like ceremony, he'd added a little bit of flair. So he really, I mean, there I was panicking that I didn't have a tie on, and I should have just come in with gift sets of Lego for everyone.
Thank God you're here.
I think he's pitching to you, Hame. He's auditioning to get a role on your podcast or something like that.
He got the gig. He got the gig. Fitz, I'm going to tell you something. So afterwards, there is genuinely a morning tea, very well catered, grounds of Government House, great fun, and you get to meet. It was actually beautiful. You get to meet all the people that are very deserving, winners from all parts of the community, and that was really fun. We're chatting, Wippa and I are chatting, and the governor comes up, and we follow the protocol, and we're saying thank you for having us, and then Wip makes some comment about how he didn't get a medal, but he was still happy to be there on the day. And then the governor, I saw her give a quick look to one of her aides, like one of the military guys with her. He fishes in his pocket and subtly hands her a little velvet pouch. And she says to Wippa, well, Wippa, I actually do have something for you. We give this to our favourite audience member of every ceremony. And then he opens up the little pouch, and it's like a Government House commemorative coin to say you've been to Government House. And Whip was so touched. He was like, thank you, Your Excellency, thank you. That means so much. And she does this all the time. She's an absolute professional at it. But it really reminded me of when we have kids visit Lego Masters. The same thing. We let them have like a minifigure from the brick pit, and it was exactly sort of that level.
The disappointing part was when the aide, as I was leaving, I said, oh, thanks so much for handing that over. And he said, oh, that's okay. We give them to emotional friends and little girls.
I think he might have patted Wippa on the head and said, that's something you can take to show and tell everyone at school that you went to Government House.
Congratulations, Hamish Blake, OAM. Thank God you're here. Appreciate it, mate.
Oh, mate. Thank you for being there. Definitely ties next time for us, though, Whip.
Good on you, buddy.
Ties.
Well done.
Okay.
See you, mate.
Fits in Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play. The Nova Player.